Yes, guys. Welcome back to yet another episode of the Bootcast podcast. I am your host, Justin, and as usual, I am with my smiling co-host, Colby. Colby, how are you doing today, sir?
I'm good, man. I'm good. We're recording on a different day. So,
we are. We're recording on a Tuesday night instead of a Monday night because I was sick and vomiting last night, and Colby let me sleep, so that was incredibly kind of him.
Yeah.
And then tonight, Colby had a game, so I stayed up late for him. So
yeah, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, we lost. Oh, it sucked.
Yeah, how bad was it?
6-2, something like that.
This is the team I've tried to fight before, right?
Yeah, dude, they try to fight everybody.
Yeah, that's good. Oh, so I shouldn't feel special. Okay.
No,
I thought
dude,
that was a me thing.
Nah, bro. One of those guys I think he punched one of my teammates in the face the last time we played them, so I think he got banned. I think he got banned.
Okay, word.
Yeah.
But he came back.
No, we didn't see him
he's
this
still
time.
banned.
So
Oh,
I think he's not allowed to come to that place anymore.
Okay, fair enough. I got a haircut. Everybody was telling me I kind of looked like I was going for a boy band look, so I chopped all the sides off, and now I've got a middle part, real 90s.
Yeah.
Real, like, I almost said Nick Cannon. It's not Nick Cannon. Nick Carter. Very Backstreet Boys.
Nick
That's
Carter.
what I'm going for.
There you go.
That's what I'm going for. So I hope you guys enjoy the haircut. Colby, what new things did you get this week? Because you have a couple of them.
I have a few things. Well, first off, these bad boys. So
I
nice.
say with like a double-edged sword. Like is so beautiful, but like it's a messy boot.
Oh yeah, can I get that?
That's where I'm at.
Ooh, look at that messy symbol. And then you have the gorgeous
messy
sole plate.
Yeah, that sole plate looks sick.
Yeah, dude, I like this colorway a lot more than the golds that previously had. Still the turfs. I still wear these occasionally. The turfs just sometimes I'll get some foot pain.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's crazy that the gold is the launch colorway. Like honestly.
Yeah. Well, we all got
that's pretty mental.
Freaked out thinking that I don't say freaked out, but I bought the golds with the intention of like this is probably the only hybrid touch model they're going to release.
Mm-hmm.
And then as soon as I bought the golds, these got leaked.
Yes.
And then when I was planning on getting these, the Bad Bunnies got leaked.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Like you just kept thinking the grass was going to be greener, and then you saw the Bad Bunnies, and
Yes.
you realized that your grass is already green enough. You don't need to go greener.
Well, now what's wild, and I can put some of the mock-ups on here. I don't know if these are the official. We have like 2 more messy colors that got leaked for 2025. It's like some kind of like blue, and then I think like a silver. They're both kind of weird. I'll put them on here, but I'm just like, okay, we're milking. We're in milk mode.
There, of course, that's what they're gonna do. It's messy, isn't it? Messy month. It was messy day.
Yeah,
like, they gotta milk it. That's what they got. He's coming to the end. We're gonna, suckle all the milk from the messy teat that we can.
Yeah.
And then let him just ride off.
Well, I don't know if you know this, but the entire promotion for this was he picks like 10 new young players.
Yeah.
And then they get to wear his boots, which is kind of cool, but
it's just Dream Speed.
Right.
It's just Adidas Dream Speed, but Messi's.
Yeah.
Although
exactly.
I did see, I don't know her name, and you got to throw the pictures up, but that one female player has a laceless version.
Mm-hmm.
And that looks super interesting to me because I would like to see a hybrid touch, like just something like almost like a 1-of-1 for her.
Right, exactly. Yeah. I mean, that would be cool. Hybrid touch, and I know we talked about this last week, but you had the laceless version of the Predator that you had shown, which I think we kind of found out is a launch colorway for the next gen Pred, and that might be. Because it doesn't say Hybrid Touch 2.0 still, because I've seen some more leaked photos and then some other versions. It could be like the OG Hybrid Touch. So maybe we'll get like a laceless Hybrid Touch version.
Which would be cool. And then we also saw it in the AG format. So, and it has the F50 AG. It doesn't have all the weird Predator AG. It had the same F50 sole plate, but it just had Pred now. Down the center like some of the other ones did.
Yeah, I'll throw some stuff on the screen. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It gives people an option because I think you said this with your Japan Blues. Oh, no, sorry, your Black Pred remakes, your Mania remakes, that they kind of catch a little bit more on the turf. I know you were talking about that.
Yeah, I definitely noticed that the stud is longer on those compared to like when I wear my Absolutes, for example. I was playing with my oldest son the other day, and like there'd be definitely moments where I was like trying to do like a little scoop of the ball, and you just feel like one of your middle foot, like the midfoot, or even like the sole, just kind of like dig, and you're like, oh, okay, that was not my favorite motion or movement. So, it'll be cool if they if they do an AG, but they also need to do a tongued AG this time. I don't think they're going to get away with a regular tongue AG.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, the tongues are too popular now to just kind of leave that sitting on the sideline. Like you're gonna want both.
Yeah, for sure. And while we're on the subject of tongues, I want to talk about this leaked tongue new generation pred that we've seen. Tell me that is not genuinely the ugliest boot you've ever seen in your life.
You know, it's so funny because we keep coming to this same subject of this is the ugliest boot, Justin, that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And then we get another one and another one. And this tops it all, man.
Like, I think this really does.
If it's a real boot, like it looks like somebody, like, I don't know, threw up Mystery Machine colors or something. Or like, this looks like the ooze that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles got covered in to turn them into mutants.
This kind of reminds me of like, hey, can I copy your homework? But yeah, make it different. Like, that's what this is. It's bad. This is bad. I'm hoping that this is fake or something, but if this is real, we've seen the leaks. You're going to throw them up on screen so everybody can see.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, this might genuinely be like Creature of the Swamp Lagoon or Black Lagoon style boot. This is awful.
I don't know why they, like, you know that meme where it's Breaking Bad meme and it's like, they can't keep getting away with this?
Yes.
Oh, that's this boot.
Like, and the original generation pred did horrible, and not because it wasn't a tongue model. It's just ugly. It was really ugly, and I think that this one might do even worse.
Oh man, we're calling it right now. This thing's not selling. This thing is not.
I'm gonna bold prediction. We're gonna I'm gonna throw it out there. Worst boot of 2025. I'm gonna say it like colorway wise.
October 2024. We're calling it
You
right now.
heard it first on the Bootcast pod. The generation pred, if it's real, ugliest boot of 2025.
Boom. There you go.
Ugh, yeah, it's bad. And then since we're on the subject of Preds, we've got an official confirmation date for Mr. Jude Bellingham's first signature colorway. We've talked about him, we've seen him, but we got an official date. It's coming out Friday, right?
Friday. Yeah, was it October 18th?
October the 18th, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, finally, man. It's kind of funny because, well, we got the news about, like, Messi Day. That's his signature colorway, and we've got, like, this boot coming out. And then on Friday, we're going to, well, I think that was a Thursday. Then the following Friday, we're going to have Jude's boots coming out. And we've obviously leaked some pictures on here. It's if you like black gold, which I know a couple of our friends do, like, it's going to be the boot for you. Sole plate looks incredible with the gold on there. And then they're going to release another signature colorway, which is going to be David Beckham's. And I'll put the mock-up on screen. This is just a mock-up that Footy Headlines did, but it's going to be like a white blue, and it's going to be Pred 24, and they're looking at November 7th.
Yes.
Yes.
Which is interesting. I saw that there's like a matching F50, and it's called like Polar Victory or something, whatever. It goes with the theme, white and blue. But very, very reminiscent of the thumbprint, fingerprint, Predator pulses from back in the day that he had. And I think that these look fantastic.
No, I agree.
Fantastic.
Yes.
And it's cool because it's like white and gold on the Jude end, and then legitimately almost on the color scale is white and blue for David Beckham. So I'm hoping that maybe they'll do another remake as well, maybe like a Pulse remake in a kind of a similar colorway. But yeah, man, like I was like, I'm done buying Preds. I'm done. Like I got the Rotero, I got the Manias, and I'm like, okay, I'm done. And then I saw that today, and I was like, okay, maybe I'm not done. Like I feel like that old guy. I feel like an old boxer. It's like one more. I got one more in me. Like I'm gonna do it.
You're like Floyd Mayweather. You just like you're getting older, and then these like 20-year-old YouTubers are like, I want to fight you, Floyd, and you're like, I guess I'll go out there and get some more money.
Like, I'm like Rocky. I'm like, I hear no bell. Like, let's go. That's how I feel. So I'm just like, damn. Like that's where I'm at right now because I'm being patient. You know for sure I'm gonna get those red 25s. Like we know I'm gonna get those. But dude, a Beck's color. It's so hard for me to resist that.
That is tough. I wonder if they'll do... Okay, so we talked about this off pod, but Beckham's signature colorway back in the day was for the Pulses, the 2004, right?
Yeah.
So it's weird that they're gonna do it in the Mania vein, which is essentially like Pred 24. So I wonder if this is like kind of an entry, not an entry boot, but it's like the first one for the 24 end of the year, and then they'll do. Maybe we'll see a few more next year for like almost like Pred 25, more pulse like boot.
Yeah, well, and that's where I'm stuck because he had an edge colorway. Remember, he had the white and pinks, and then he did the precisions, like that whole kind of look together. Then he didn't do an accuracy, did he? There was no
I don't
Beckham
think
accuracy
so.
color.
Yeah, I think those precisions, like it was like what, white, pink, black, were kind of like the last Beckham-y looking.
Yeah, and then we haven't got anything, and then now at this one we're getting at the end of life. So it'll be. I'm curious to see because with the Edge one, that one came out really early, and it's these ones right above me, the Edge and the LZ, and then I guess that was where it did come together, and then the Precisions came later. But yeah, he didn't get an accuracy colorway, so it's weird that they went from the beginning of life on one boot to now the end of life on another boot, and then I mean maybe turn right back around and then do another Beckham-ish inspired colorway. And it's weird to capitalize on a player that is so far removed from the game.
Right. Well, I was thinking about this too, and yes, he's removed from the game, but I feel like he's so relevant because of Miami and because of what he won, like an Emmy for his documentary, which was amazing, the one on Netflix.
Okay. Yeah, that was
so
great.
I wonder if it's like we're gonna build off of this hype, right? Because if like you see Inter Miami, you see Messi, you see like obviously all of like the old school Barca players, and then you kind of have David Beckham, So he's still, I think, culturally relevant enough where like somebody like you, obviously huge fan, who's like, I'm done. You're getting back in the ring because it's Bex.
Yeah, of course.
So maybe that's who they're marketing towards. I'm not sure.
Yeah, and I really do hope that honestly they do like the Adidas logo on one of the tongues and then the old school Beckham logo on the other, because I think with the Jude's, does Jude have his logo on one tongue and the Adidas? Because I've seen it both ways.
Right. Yeah, I've seen the one we saw today. Who sent us
not. It was Perez.
It didn't. Yeah, Paredes had just the Adidas, and then but we've seen the ones that got the B. So I'm assuming B's on one side, D's on the other.
Okay. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. But I would love, like I said, I'm hyped. I feel like this way about these Bex boots that you did about the Trent boots. Like, I'm like, just give them to me. Like, give them to me.
Well, watch what happens when they only make 1,000 pairs, and then you're just gonna be pissed because that's what happened with Trents. It was like, I'm gonna get these Preds. Sorry, 1,000 pairs. That's all.
And then on the reverse end, like if they come out with a remake, like let's say they do a Pulse remake, that'll be even harder for me to pick. Is like, do I want a Pulse or do I want another 24?
Yeah,
I'd probably get Pulse. Let's be honest, I'd probably get
that Pulse. Yeah, for sure, dude. At this point,
yeah.
I think they're coming in with a lot of steam though. Like just when I think, because obviously I've already seen maybe 3 colorways of the 25. It's like the white, the reds, and then I think I saw some pinks or something today. So we already know what's happening, and then all of a sudden we get surprised. Like it's almost the end of the year, and then boom, you get the Beck signature colorways, you get the Jude signature colorways. It's like Adidas, just they have not lost any steam yet. It's wild.
No, and this is like one of those years where it's just like on all fronts, Adidas is just like knocking them out of the park.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like we honestly haven't really had besides the Generation Pred colorway, like, it's one of those ones where at this point where there's been so many colorways that not everybody doesn't love every single one, but there is at least a colorway for every single person.
Right. Yeah, exactly. There's a color for every single person. And then there's still like these specialties. Like there's still the Rotero, and there's still these Messi boots that are just like OG hybrid touch.
Yeah, for sure.
And we saw Declan Rice playing with England with the other prototype, or I'm assuming it's going to be what the actual Copa Pure 3 is, which I think the release date on that's in December. They're going to launch, I don't think they have the colorway determined yet, but I believe it's going to be like December 16th or something.
So, do you think that they'll do the Copa with the Pred again? Or you think they're going to separate them? Because I think that was a huge misstep last time.
I think that the colors are going to... So, what did I say that Predator colorway was called? It was called like the...
I don't remember. Gosh.
It was the Goal Hunter pack, right?
Goal Hunter, okay.
Okay, so that looks like the white, red, black Copa that we've leaked before on the show. Maybe 2-3 podcasts ago.
Yep.
So those colorways seem to go in sync. I don't know if they're going to get released on the same date or if they're going to drip it out. Like, because the Predator for that one has an earlier release date. It has December 3rd. And then the Copa Pure 3 supposedly is December like 16th or something. So maybe it'll be within like the same pack, but kind of get released a little bit stagnated, which they don't normally do. So we'll see.
Yeah, they don't normally do that, but we have seen them and other brands do it. So that is fair. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I remember Nike's done it randomly on a few pairs where it'll be like, oh, this gen did get it, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, here it is. It's a couple, a couple months late. Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, we've given Adidas so many flowers. I feel like since honestly we've kind of started the podcast, and it's just like they deserve even more. Like they are just absolutely crushing it. So it's like whoever is working at Adidas right now, Sam Handy, some of those other designers, like, keep doing what you're doing. Please don't go reinvent the wheel. Like, just keep evolving on what you have, because these 90% of the colorways have been like absolute bangers. 90% of the boots have been absolute bangers. Like, well, just keep that up.
It's wild to me too, because we've talked about this before, specifically Nike, where it's like, oh man, you developed such a good technology for like this version of a boot or this version of a boot, and they will never go back to it. And with Adidas, like they seemed like, okay, Hybrid Touch 2.0, like this is like the new Hybrid Touch. It's not like if they go back to Hybrid Touch 1 on the next gen Pred, just because people like it more, that's huge, man, because that's listening to your customer base. Like where Nike's like, oh no, like we don't do Kangalite anymore. We do whatever it is called, Fly Touch Plus. Like it's Fly Touch Plus now. We don't care if you like that one before. Like this is what we're gonna have. We're not going back. But with Adidas, it's like, oh no, like these are amazing. Like we love these. Like please, like continue to do Hybrid Touch 1.
Yeah, it'll be crazy to me too. Like this is one of those moments where I would love to see numbers, but like people like yourself, myself, some of our friends, they love Hybrid Touch 1.0. But some people like never had that, so I would be curious to see if some people are like, no, like, let's say for example they have the Pred and then they get the Messi boot and they're like, I actually don't really like that Messi boots upper. I want the Pred one. So I would be curious to know, like, I don't know, some kind of numbers or survey that was taken so we could actually like compare that.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree, man. I mean, I think, well, sales will tell you everything, and I think they still had a few of those gold Messi boots, so we'll see if there's a spike, because it's kind of like I was telling you, nobody knew when the Rotero came out that it was going to be fusion skin. Like people just assumed it was a different colorway. With the Messi boots, everybody knows based off those gold ones that these are going to be Hybrid Touch. They're specifically for Messi. Yeah. So if you like this type of material, that's the one you're going to go for. And so I'll be curious to see how quickly these sell out, just not even based off the colorway, just based off the fact that they have like the material that everybody likes.
Yeah, for sure. It'll be interesting. It'll be cool. I'm like really excited for like honestly what Adidas is doing. But like on the reverse end, we need to talk about this new Mad Voltage pack.
Oh yeah.
That officially dropped, I think today.
Right.
Or yesterday.
Yeah. We thought it was going to be called the Deja Vu pack, but it went ahead and was Mad Voltage.
It's Mad Voltage. Our friend GCFC Mark, he got the GX2s that you have a crazy heart on for. I saw a post of the Tiempos. I think they still look the best. And then the Mercurials are still so... it's just a Mercurial. It's a Mercurial. Like, either you're going to like it or you don't. I did think that the Chrome Air Zoom pack looks kind of cool. But other than that, not a fan of the boot. Like, was not a fan. The Mad Voltage GX2. Mad Voltage. Like, it's ugly to me. It reminds me of the what was that last pack that Nike had of the GX, where it was like the highlighter yellow in the front and then the gray in the back. The Luminous, was that what it was called?
Something like that.
You're
crazy, bro. That's the best looking colorway.
It's just a yin yang of that.
You're crazy, dude. You're crazy.
The Tiempo looks fire.
No.
Yes. Just don't go on how bad the boot is. I want you to look me in the eyes right now and tell me that the Tiempo did not look the best.
It did not look the best. I don't know what to tell you, bro.
I don't know where you're looking, but it's not
blind.
my eyes.
You're freaking blind. Oh my goodness.
But yeah, anyways, again, we've already talked about the pack. We saw releases, but we also have official images. Just like, I'm over the word mad. I'm over the what's the other one that they were doing? Ready, everything,
Ready.
like
Everything is ready.
everything's mad and everything's ready, and it's just like Nike, like, okay, let's pause, stop. We're not mad anymore. We're not ready for anything. Like, let's get actually creative and like let's like do some real packs or even separate boots at this point, because their packs are not hitting, and I don't know what Nike needs right now, because like I said, Adidas is just like this is like a pitcher throwing a no-hitter, and Nike's like, oh, we're just sitting on the bench.
Do you remember when did Steve Jobs die? Was it back in like 2011 or 2012? Like every year with Apple, they would do something different. Like their laptops look different. Like obviously they had the iPhone. And then since he died in like 2011, I feel like the company, like the technology improves. Obviously, everything gets faster. You've got better cameras, better graphics, but essentially, like the computers have not changed from the way they looked in like 2012 till now.
Yeah.
Right. And so I feel like Nike's kind of like in that same rut of like, this is what we do, and we're just gonna like make it a little bit like more objectively better, but it's essentially going to be same thing.
Yeah.
Copy paste, copy paste, copy paste.
That is probably the best way you've ever made an analogy ever. Like, that was top notch right there.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, it's like with Apple, and it's kind of like with Nike, I feel like they're doing so much internal stuff. So it's like not everything's like super beautiful to the eye, not everything you can see. And so people are like kind of like, this is boring, like I don't really care, you know? Like, think about it, between the current Tiempo, we'll say the GX2, but it was also on the Luna, and then the current Nike. All three of their big marketing things were about the sole plate.
Right. Yeah.
Nobody sees that. You know what I mean? Like, honestly. So it's like, it's so hard to market something like that and be like, yeah, we made this like crazy improvement. And it's like, unless you're going to guarantee me I will never get injured in these ever, and I can be faster with this, stud configuration, I don't give a shit.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that Cyclone 360, they bet the house on, dude. And it's just like, a lot of people go with the AG. That's the ironic thing to me is I feel like I see so many people with the AG plate, but their whole marketing scheme was like, this is the Luna sole plate, the Cyclone 360, and we're moving it over to the GX2, and that's going to be like the mainline FG sole plate. And I've seen, just like I said, so many people with the AG.
Yeah, I think with the Luna, and then when the GX2 came out, I think people were either like really sold on the Cyclone 360 and liked it, or they didn't. And there was no middle ground, like, oh, I can kind of, it was either like, I like it, like myself, or somebody like you who's like, I don't want any part of that, I'm just going to go AG.
Yeah, and I do appreciate the fact that there is the option for more AG boots. Like, I did get excited when I saw that they're going to put that AG frame on the Pred. Like, and I think they're making it more, I mean, maybe it's just because I'm looking for it. When you look for something, you tend to see it more. But it seems like the AG plates are more readily available than they have been in the past.
Yeah, for sure. And that's what I was just about to say, too. I like, too, that, because, like, some of our friends, like Boot Wizard, Josh, Noah, have been like, with Puma, for example. They're like, this is marketed FGAG. This is not FGAG. I do give Nike props. They're like, listen, this plate is specifically made for FG. It's great on FG. And then this plate is specifically made for on AG. And it's not just like, oh, we just took the same thing and slightly rounded it. It's like, they're worlds apart because science and reasons that I don't understand. But, like, I do respect and like that Nike is at least trying that.
Right. Yeah, man. I wonder if they'll give up the Mad, the Ready, all that junk. I'm hoping 2025 is a bigger year for Nike. There's got to be somebody at Nike who's paying attention to what Adidas was doing for the entire year of 2024, saying, look, we're way too backed up at the production line to change anything now, but as soon as we can, we've got to shift everything, or Adidas is just going to eat our lunch. Continue to eat our lunch. Yeah,
for sure. And it's just like, and that's what's crazy to me is like, we're only talking about these two big ones, especially, but like, at this point, really, like, I don't know what Puma can do. The Carbon seems like a really cool kind of spacey boot, but I don't really know a lot of people that actually like it. They like the idea of it, but in a practice, they don't really love it. And then you hated the King.
Yeah, I think they flubbed it with the King, and I know that some people do really like it. Like I know that Noah likes it. I haven't seen what James thinks of it yet, but yeah, I know that some people enjoy it. I just think it didn't really. It was an awkward fit. It was a very awkward fit, and I think the sole plate was not stiff enough.
Yeah, and then we had the future, which we don't even need to get into that, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
But like again, our friend Ollie at OC Boot Block sent us a couple of screenshots, and we'll post them up here, of possible leaked upcoming samples of the New Balance boots.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to talk, you can throw them on screen, but I want to talk specifically about the Tequila. And the problem that I have with this is, if this is the actual Tequila, right, that's coming out, this is exactly what we're talking about, where brands aren't listening. They're trying to change the wheel too much, and they're going a way different way. And everybody loves the Tequila V4 and V4 Plus. Anybody that's used it, nobody has anything, honestly, really bad to say. Maybe the lockdown's a little sloppy, but other than that, it's a fantastic boot. And now they've just completely pulled like a 540 and are just going like way wherever the hell. They ain't got no map right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks weird. Well, and this is the thing with New Balance is I feel like they finally conquered what is like function with aesthetics, because if you're a boot that's outside of the big three, it's really, really hard to pull people in, like just the mainstream market, because of like when people see like an S for Skechers on a boot, it's like, ugh, like that's your initial reaction is like, ugh, that's not
Naturally.
where that goes. Right. So New Balance, I think, finally broke through, kind of got their design right after several versions of the Tequila and several versions of the Duron. And I feel like these, it's kind of like, I don't know if this is working for you.
Yeah. Well, and it's weird to me too, because it looks like they took a page out of Nike's, like they're going with like a synthetic leather kind of aesthetic.
Yeah.
But again, it's weird because you have like, I mean, New Balance right now is kind of the only ones that are doing like true knit style boots, like they were back in 2014. Like they actual sock like boots, and it's just so weird that on the Tequila especially, they have pivoted so hard away from that, and they're like, Nike's got a synthetic leather. Puma's got a synthetic leather. Let's do synthetic leather. And it's like, nobody likes those materials.
Nobody likes it. And it's almost like, oh, you got to the party too late and nobody really likes that. And actually, the most perfected synthetic leather, ironically, is like Hybrid Touch 1.0. It's not even marketed like in the leather category. And like that's the best version of it. So unless like you've discovered just some amazing way to do it, and that's not even like your leather category, unless you're scrapping the 442 altogether. Like the 442 is your leather boot. Like, what are you doing?
It should be. Yeah.
Right.
I don't know what's going on at New Balance. And again, these could just be random samples. We don't really know. They're all white out, so we've seen it. But again, like the Furon to me looks like where the Tequila was evolving to. And then the Tequila just looks like a whole new weird boot.
Yeah, the Tequila actually to me looks like the was it Copa Sense, where it gets kind of like a little fluffy,
Yeah. Do you know what boot it reminds me of right now? When I was looking at it the other day, it looks like if New Balance was trying to make the current Under Armour Magnetico 4.
Oh, clone, yeah.
Yeah, whatever the Magnetico Pro 4, whatever it is.
Yeah.
That's what it looks. It looks like a thick boot.
Like that pillowy,
Yeah, that it's like, it's just, I don't know what that boot is. So I'm excited and curious, and also at the same time like very nervous for New Balance, because like they've struck gold with these current models especially, and technically the previous ones, the non-plus versions. And I'm worried that they're going to throw that all out the window to just try to do something new. And if they flub this up, like I think that they're going to be done.
Yeah, I hope they don't, man, because I feel like when did the newest Tequila and Furon came out in late 2022, and they have really, really gotten so much goodwill the last 2 years. And so I really hope that we're wrong. I hope that this technology sort of like, I think New Balance is kind of like, they're kind of like the outsider. They don't reinvent the wheel, but they really perfect what they have going on for them. So I hope they don't misstep here.
Yeah, for sure. So that's kind of where I'm at with our boots. That's where we're at. I got a Predator Mania review coming up. I've been playing in them, so stay tuned for that. Colby, one thing that I want to ask you about is, what is your jersey pick for today's episode?
Dude, my jersey pick is the one I used for my indoor game. Freaking lost, but it's all my team and I all wear these. It's like the Inter Miami. I don't know if that's like.
I think it's an away kit. I don't think it's a third kit.
Yeah, it might be one of the away kits. It's really cool looking though. Like we look cool out there.
It's a cool teal color. Very Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, they're knockoffs. We got the entire uniform. We got the shirt, the shorts, the socks for like $30 a piece. And and they're like a full size down from what you think they are.
Oh yeah.
So I ordered a large. This puppy's like a medium, dude. It
medium?
chokes me. Yeah, it is small.
Boy.
Yeah.
Got that AliExpress.
Dude, I know. I can't. It's one of those like where it's so skin tight you can't take it off. You almost need help. Yeah. It's like when I go to my son, he's like, "Help me take this off," and I'm like, "Sure, buddy." Whoop. But there's nobody for me.
It makes you think of like when Under Armour first came. You remember they had like those crazy compression shirts and everybody.
Yes.
Oh, can't get this off.
Yeah.
Yeah. That reminds me. Great choice, Colby. I'm gonna go with the Atletico Madrid 2017-2018 jersey. It kind of looks like a candy. I call it the candy cane jersey because it's like, obviously it's white. White and red stripes, but then those stripes have like diagonal stripes through them. They're the opposite color.
Mm-hmm.
Torres last year, I think, Europa final. He started doing the middle part again. I was so happy. So, that's my jersey pick. Not an Atletico fan, but I think it's a sick jersey.
Dang, man, you got a lot of jerseys that are related to Fernando Torres.
Dude, I love Torres.
That's awesome. And he never even played for Man U, so that's okay. Wild. He literally played for your two rivals. He played for Chelsea and Liverpool, so that's cool. Okay.
Yeah, I got mad love for Torres.
That's awesome, man.
Okay, and then what is the rapid fire question of the day, Colby?
All right, my rapid fire question of today is, what do you think, and this isn't our picks, right? Mm-hmm. This isn't coming from our brains. This is, what do you think critically is going to be chosen to be boot of the year? Like for the critics, for like Unisport or SR4U, like what do you think, Boot Hype, like what do you think these people are going to pick?
Oh, man. I'm kind of stuck. I think it's either going to be the F50 or the Predator.
You think so?
So the reason that I think that the Predator will be boot of the year is just because of how impossible it has been for most people to get them up until this newest colorway. Like they've been constantly sold out in just about every version. Of the FT. The FT has been sold out. But I think performance-wise, nostalgia-wise, and like overall what everybody's kind of feeling, I think that the F50, especially the Messi version, is going to win.
That is an interesting take, my friend. I think they have a good argument for the Messi version, and I think that's what people keep saying is because like it's nostalgia, it's a technology everybody loves. But I would say like the dark horse could be Soquito, the Scudetta, because everybody seems to, that boot seems to have blown a lot of people away. Obviously, you haven't tried it, I haven't tried it, but based off the price point and the reception of it, I could see that being in the running.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, now you got me thinking the Pred might be the winner because it's been the most consistent throughout the year.
Yeah,
just a solid option overall.
I think that with the Soquito especially, the only reason that I'm gonna preface this because from everything we've heard from everybody, the boot is like almost a 10 out of 10. Like it's phenomenal performance, price, reusing materials, like actually being green, like wonderful max praises. The only thing that I think that the Soquito has going against it is it's doing what the F50 did in 2014. So I think that people are gonna be like. It'd be like if a car like came back with a classic car, but just did it almost the exact same way. Like, they didn't modernize it really.
Right.
They just kind of did the same thing. Like, instead of, steel, we used aluminum, like whatever. That's the only caveat to the Soquito that I didn't pick it is because everybody's going to be like, as phenomenal as this is, we've seen it before.
Right.
And so that's why I just kind of knocked it down a little bit.
Right, and it's not nearly as mainstream as something like an F50 or a Pred.
No, so. and it's not like they like intentionally like rip them off. But I'm just saying,
like
a
smaller brand overall.
In the spirit, in the vein of everything that they've done, is unfortunately Adidas did it back in 2014.
Yeah, that's a good perspective as well. So yeah, but it'll be very interesting. It will be because I it's a good year where it's not like, oh yeah, this one boot's gonna win. Like I think that there's a few options this year, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure. And I think like depending on who you are and depending on how long you've played in boots, like yeah, everybody's gonna be kind of like. I think that like the top 5 to top 10 will be pretty consistent, but I think the numbers inside of it will be kind of all over the place.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that'll be a good episode for us at the end of the year. Like, what's our top boot of 2024?
Yeah, and maybe we'll do it like we did like some of the earlier episodes where we get everybody's and we give it like points and we go through.
That'd be cool. No,
I think it'd be a fun way, especially in the comments. We can use people from the comments, so that'll be cool. A cool episode. All right, Colby. Well, we said this was going to be a quick episode. It was not. It's our usual runtime, about 30 to 45 minutes. Yeah. So, tell the people where they can find you.
You guys can find me at Kicking with Colbs on Instagram and on YouTube.
You can find me at Texas Cleat Collector on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And with that, we will say goodnight, and we'll see you in the next one.
See you guys.